Alright guys, so for your final project of the year, you're going to be creating a Facebook page and a eulogy for someone in ancient world history. Part 1 is the Facebook page. You're going to be given a name, you'll get it here shortly, and you're going to create a Facebook page for that historical figure. You need to make sure you use all the guidelines on the handout and include all required parts. It needs to either be neatly handwritten on the template, or you can type it into the template for extra credit. You can find that on my R drive, in Ms. Poindexter's R drive, or on Edline. Parts that you need to include on part 1. First, obviously, you need a profile picture. You can get a picture off the internet, or you can neatly hand draw this picture. For the wall and status page, you need to have at least 8 status updates. These should not be from the same day or even consecutive days. You need to include 4 wall-to-wall conversations. Hold on. Okay, here's the baby. Alright, so 4 wall-to-wall conversations. These should be from different people, and you need to make sure you include the date of the conversation, where the person was, and it needs to be relevant information. For example, if I was doing Martin Luther King Jr., I would want to make sure that I include something from the March on Washington. You also need to share one event. Check into 3 different places, say why you are there and what you're doing there. So if it was Martin Luther King Jr., he checks into the Washington Monument, not really the Washington Monument, but for example, and says that he is there for the march. Now granted, that would have been the wall. You also need to include information on the left side underneath the profile picture. You will need to list 9 Facebook friends. If you put a profile picture with each of those friends, you will get extra credit. You also need to create 3 groups that they could be a member of. These do not need to be real groups. You can make up something, be creative with it. Next, we have the About page. For everything that has a smiley face, that needs to be historically accurate information. Alright, so for basics, network, what location are they? Are they male or female? Give their birthday. Now, I know for a lot of the really old people, you're not going to be able to get exact days. So, put the encyclopedic information that you can find. You need to put their hometown, relationship status, or what they might be interested in. Julius Caesar, male and female. Political views, social status, if they are peasants, if they are nobility, king. Religious views, what are they, thanks Stephanie, Mrs. Campbell. What religion are they affiliated with? And then what is their occupation? For the personal page, you need to give their hobbies, at least 2 hobbies. Accomplishments need to be completely accurate. Pick a song. What would be their favorite song? This can be a modern day song. Favorite TV show, again, can be modern. And favorite movie. For these, well actually for most of those, it's going to be modern regardless. And then favorite quote. What would be the one quote that would be their best? Like for me, my favorite quote is the one from the end of the Lorax. Those of you that have seen the movie, you know what it is. The unless quote. Unless somebody like you cares a whole lot, nothing is going to get better. It is not. Alright, you also need to create contact information. Make up an email address for them. Make up a homepage for them. You can type out the link. And then what would their street address be? Alright, part 2 is the eulogy. You will be given a second person, a different person that you will write a eulogy. A eulogy is a speech given at a funeral about somebody who died. This is going to be written out. It needs to be 2 to 3 minutes in length, and it needs to be historically accurate. You will present these projects in your English or history class. For my kids, most of you will be presenting in English class. Some of you will be presenting in history. If you present in history, there is the great likelihood that your video or that your project will be videotaped. As a result, if you would like to tape your Facebook presentation and or your eulogy, you certainly may, and then play it in class from your flash drive. For your speech, you are allowed to read it, So don't freak out about public presentation. You can read for these. My advice is that you go online and look at eulogies. A lot of eulogies are much longer than 2 to 3 minutes, but for this project, 2 to 3 minutes. Please, please, please take this project seriously. It is going to be worth 2 test grades. And if you do not do it, you get these project points deducted. It is 20 project points. Some of you I know already have 110, but if you do not do a required assignment, those points get deducted. This is a big project. You will be given Monday to work on this, and I believe that's the only class time I have allotted for you guys because this is a creative assignment. Most of it should be done at home. Also, something to touch base on, guys. Remember that you are getting grades for participation in classwork each day. It has been brought to my attention that some of you are goofing off. You are not doing what you are supposed to be doing. You need to make sure that you are focused or your name will be continually written down and points will be deducted. If anyone has questions about this project, please get with me.